With each and every month that passes by, we are only getting closer to the official release of Star Wars Episode 9 by writer and director J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, one aspect of Episode 9 that a lot of people are truly looking forward to are, of course, the cameos from both the prequels and the original trilogy making their way into Episode 9. Now, we do know that J.J. Abrams is very goal-driven with this movie. He really is ambitious with this film, and as far as Disney and Lucasfilm goes, they are using this movie as a course correction in the sequel trilogy. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film when it comes to some of the set leaks, the set designs, the concept art, and storyboard descriptions, etc. One of which has all to do with the moment between both Anakin Skywalker and Luke Skywalker, father and son. Specifically, one of the sequences involve a description of the Force ghost of Luke Skywalker appearing how he did in The Last Jedi at the end of the movie, appearing slimmer with shorter hair, however this time with no beard. It's described he is over the shoulder of Anakin Skywalker's Force ghost. It's described that the environment around them appears to be in a cave of some kind, with a bonfire in the far distance. It's said to be a moment where both Anakin and Luke discuss Rey, similar yet different to the Luke and Yoda scene from The Last Jedi. However, Anakin is described to have hair like in Attack of the Clones, and appears to be older with salt and pepper hair. The last goes over Anakin and Luke looking at each other face to face, where they eventually turn their heads toward Rey in the distance, who is with R2-D2 next to the bonfire. So I really want to go over a couple of parts about this. Now, this definitely does connect to what we went over just not too long ago, about Anakin Skywalker having a sequence with Rey near a fire. Now, this most likely takes place within the Lost City in Episode 9, if I really had to take a guess, because we do know that the Lost City is a Jedi and Sith location in Episode 9 that is very strong with both the light side and the dark side of the Force. So when we look at Episode 9, you can see what J.J. Abrams is trying to do. He's trying to create magical moments in this movie, magical moments that we did not get necessarily in The Last Jedi. A lot of people have always wanted a father and son reunion in Episode 9 and or Episode 8, whatever have you, in the sequel trilogy. And it seems as though that is exactly what J.J. Abrams plans to do with this film, is to give us a father and son reunion. Not only that, it's very, relatable to a lot of people out there and would really hit a lot of fans' hearts around the world. So I want to go over how Luke Skywalker appears. Now, it's described that he appears just as he did at the very end of The Last Jedi, however without the beard. This also explains as to why Mark Hamill posted a Instagram picture, or I believe it was a Twitter image, a couple of months ago while he was filming, where he actually had no beard, and he was hinting at Star Wars Episode 9 filming that day. And a lot of people were wondering why he shaved off the beard for the actual production of Episode 9. This could very well, fall directly in line with that. As far as the Anakin Skywalker Force Ghost goes, this one is actually said to appear older, with shorter hair, very much like Anakin's in Attack of the Clones. That's a little gray here and there, and is actually using a different technique by Disney and Lucasfilm in order to give us a different version of Anakin. I think that the reason as to why they want to make Anakin older is because, well, if you think about it, a younger version of Anakin Skywalker may or may not work with an older version of Luke, even though I feel that it could work, if they really did execute it correctly and edit it together in a perfect way with the right music by John Williams and got the visuals and the color correction right, then I think that they could definitely pull off a young Anakin mixed with an older Luke. But I think what they want to do is they want to balance it out and make it feel even, where you're looking at both father and son in a different way. And I think that that's the thing here. When we look at Episode 9, we do know that it's all going to be about family. It's going to bring a lot of those family moments in this movie, a whole lot more than what The Last Jedi offered. So that's the one thing to look forward to in this film, is that it's going to have a lot of emotional moments just like this in the movie. Now, Rey actually next to the bonfire by R2-D2, like I say, this is why I believe it's the Lost City, because we do know that she travels with R2-D2 a lot in this movie, and even travels to the Lost City with R2. Now, the Lost City, we're not quite sure what planet this takes place on. It could very well be underneath the surface of Jakku, for all we know. I mean, how much of a shocker would that be? If that's why Emperor Palpatine was so interested in the planet, is because there's something underneath the surface. So with that being said, we do know that JJ is really going to connect all the films into one big movie with episode 9. In order for it to truly resonate with fans, I think that he really does have to do this in a way where it's going to have a lot of purpose and meaning to it all, and not just being done for the heck of it, right? So when we look at, Star Wars as a whole, the whole entire true face of Star Wars, in my opinion, is indeed the characters of course, Anakin Skywalker and Luke Skywalker, and even Darth Vader. If you look at those three faces, those are the faces, the true faces of the Star Wars franchise in the Skywalker saga. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.